Hello everyone, good evening. Hope I am audible. Looking for a confirmation. Chalo, let me start with a story today. A story which is relevant for writing the descriptive answer. Though the session is titled as descriptive paper, but actually I will tell you how we are going to study so that the same time you can prepare for objective questions and descriptive questions, right? So here in this video we are going to discuss tips for descriptive question preparation and sample questions for ESI topic. I will take a topic human development today and I will take a sample question and answer for that. So the story I wanted to tell is about a professor and his assistant receives a call from some television channel and he comes to professor, sir, the TV channel is asking you have to give the comment about current economic situation. So when shall I give the appointment? Professor asks the assistant, you first ask how long is going to be the session. If it is going to be a half an hour webinar discussion, I can do it right now. But if they are giving me 5 minutes to talk, by tomorrow I will be ready. But if it is a 1 minute comment I have to make, so I need a week time to prepare. So that is the story, that is the point I wanted to highlight. When you are writing for descriptive, you have to be very to the point. एकदम to the point बात करनी है. And knowledge, I am confident when you are preparing for this exam, you will have good enough of knowledge by the time you reach to writing the descriptive questions in ESI and FM. So this time this is the change. Your 50%, 50 marks is going to be descriptive answers in both ESI and also in FM. So we are doing this year and I am taking this topic human development from the ESI, because if I do with a sample, then you will be able to understand it better rather than I just give a random gyan which you will not be able to understand. So going with the example, first 5-10 minutes I will talk about what is human development, the concept of human development, and then human development index. This is one of the favorite topic in RBI. In fact, I remember when I wrote the RBI Grade B exam with a descriptive paper, because if you know, in 2016 only the exam phase 2 has become objective. Earlier the exam was descriptive. So my time also the syllabus was same and phase 2 exam was completely descriptive. It was not like 50-50 today. It was completely descriptive. 3 papers, ESI, FM and English. And in fact, I was like very happy with that, because it was a descriptive paper and descriptive paper requires a balance of good knowledge and the presentation skills rather than just knowing which is required for the objective exam. In objective exam actually you have to know more. The knowledge in objective is required much in deeper, but in descriptive you have to present your thoughts in a very systematic manner so that you can express what is asked here. So coming to this topic, human development index, human development rather. So human development can be defined as expansion of human capabilities, right? A widening of the choice, an enhancement of the freedom and fulfillment of the human right. So that is human development. The understanding, if you see why the concept of human development has come, because before this, and in fact if you go to the economics book, you will find first they will talk about growth and then they will talk about development. The difference between growth and development, growth is mainly very quantitative, very number driven, while development is somewhat people driven. Sorry. And then coming to the human development, this talks about providing freedom, providing choices to the human being. Suppose somebody is hungry, somebody is eating, say, 50 gram of carbohydrate daily. So can you say that person is poor or rich? Because that person may be fasting, person may be on dieting. So it's more about the choice. If somebody wants to eat, yes, it is available. If somebody wants to eat less, that is also available. Maybe nutritious diet, somebody is interested. So when we talk about human development, it is about expanding the choices, the richness of the human life, rather than the richness of the economy. So when we talk about, say, GDP, GDP tells only about the gross domestic product in a country, not telling what is the distribution of it. Even when you go to GDP per capita or national income per capita, you will not be able to know the distribution of it. For that also there are ways, but human development is not only talking about the GDP number or the income number, but it is talking about how much choices people have, how much freedom they have to choose. So it is focusing on the people improving their life rather than assuming that economic growth will lead to greater well-being. So this is assumed in the economic development, economic growth. It is focusing on opportunities, giving people more freedom to live their life as per their values. So everybody does not want to become very rich, or everybody is not interested in living a very big house. Everybody may not be that much interested in going for very higher education. So that choice is providing people with opportunities, not insisting that they make use of them. So that is about human development. It is useful to articulate the objective of development and improving people's well-being by ensuring an equitable. These kind of words you have to be careful. It is not saying equal. In economic development, in human development, you won't find anywhere about equality. Equality is not desired also. It is about equitable. Somebody deserves more, somebody wants more. You have to give more, because somebody may be putting more effort also for that, right? Sustainable. Sustainable for this generation, for next generation also. It shall not happen that for the greed of the economic growth, you are exploiting the natural resource, you are polluting the planet, and the future generation are going to suffer. Stable planet for all. So the concept of human development is for improving the people's well-being, equitable, sustainable development. This concept was given by Pakistani economist. He is of Pakistani origin, but he had been in US, Muhammadul Haq. That can be an exam question, objective one. So I am telling you, when you are reading a topic, how you are going to study both for answering your objective question and also for the descriptive question. Yeah, this PDF you can download. The link we are sharing in the description. Whatever I am discussing today, the PDF of this is available, because Amit is asking that please share some PDF. You can download this PDF, the link we are giving. So what Mahmood ul Haq, in fact Amrita Sen, Dr. Amrita Sen, who is a Nobel laureate of Indian origin, so he had also contributed into human development, but the origin, the name of Mahbub ul Haq is more important here in giving the original idea or shaping the original idea for UNDP. So he tells the 4 pillars of human development. Equality. Equality means people must enjoy equitable access to opportunities. Again, equitable access to opportunities. Everybody cannot have the equal access, right? But equitable access. Suppose somebody is more qualified, he will get admission to a good college. Somebody who will score higher will get a grade B DR job. It cannot be equal, right? Everybody shall get a grade B DR job. It can never be like that. Equitable. Sustainable, desired balance between future economic growth and environment quality. That is what sustainable means. Productivity. Investment in human capital. Because for increasing the productivity of the people, you need to invest. राइट इन इंडिया टुडे वी टॉक अबाउट डेमोग्राफिक डिविडेंड. हमारे देश में हम हमेशा बात करते हैं कि बहुत यंग पॉपुलेशन है, दिस इज द एसेट ऑफ द कंट्री. बट इन व्हाट सिचुएशन? इफ यू कैन रियली मेक देम प्रोडक्टिव, फॉर दैट वी हैव टू इन्वेस्ट इन देयर education, in their health. Unless people are healthy, how they are going to be productive? Yeah, you have to keep good health, good mind. Good mind also lies in a good body, healthy body. So that investment is required in human capital. Then empowerment, political democracy. People shall have freedom to express, freedom to choose, right? Civil liberties, and remain free from excessive control and regulations of the state. State means here government. Government shall not say what to eat, what to pray, where to live, whether in cities or in villages, or similar kind of thing, or what kind of education to go, what kind of value system to follow. So more the freedom with the people, better is the development of that nation. That is the idea. Yeah, happiness index is all, you can say, the next step, but because the human development index, I am coming to that, Vivek, is taken by UNDP, so that is also a reason behind it, that it has become more scientific, being done by UNDP. So happiness index has not got that kind of popularity, and that is much more subjective. So if you see the human development index, that is not as subjective. So it is quite objective, because the criteria the index is taking here, happiness is something like very difficult to measure, because it has lot of subjectivity element. But in human development index, there is no such subjectivity. It is based on the objective criteria, but not only on the economic growth. That is the difference. Okay. And you must be graduate as an, okay, oh sorry, I was reading your comment. Final year student, no. Pointers on important topic. Don't do this, Prince. Don't do this mistake that it is not a year board exam, that I will study few important topic and I will crack the exam. You have to exhaust the syllabus, exhaust. You have to read everything with a right balance. Right balance. So I am not asking you to read a book on risk management. Risk management, you have to understand what are the important risks, what are the important tools to measure. So then understanding to make objective questions, and write if there is a subjective question on, descriptive question on risk management. So similarly, you have to balance it well. Coming to this, dimensions on human development. So we talked about, I will ask this question, please be careful, study well here in the session. I have both objective question and descriptive question today with the answers. So 4 pillars we talked about. Now coming to the dimensions of human development as per the again UNDP. So directly enhancing human abilities, creating conditions for human development. So these 2 dimensions here, directly enhancing human abilities is long and healthy life, knowledge, and a decent standard of living. So I will come to that, because rest of the thing like creating conditions for human development. So this dimension is related to participation in the political and community life, environment sustainability, human security, and rights. So Ria, the topics are not much different from the previous year sub syllabus. The updation is continuously happening. So yesterday only the notification has come. So not that all topic are updated today. If we have to make a quality content, it will not happen in a day, but step by step we are doing. And the more important here is the approach to study now. So that is what I am telling you in today's session. So UNDP formulated this HDI. and alternative to GDP GNP per capita, most commonly used to evaluate development outcomes. Governments, what they are doing, what is happening out of that, for that human development is used now. So coming to now human development index. So till now I told you about what is human development, what is the importance of it, how it is different from normal growth we are measuring. Yes, happiness has lot of perception, Vivek. Summary of economic survey, first couple economic survey, I think it has to come maybe today, tomorrow, I don't remember. So after that we will prepare. For us also it will take some time, we will do. Human Development Index is a tool developed by UNDP, we know, and first time it was introduced in the Human Development Report in 1990. This may be an objective question. HDI is a part of the Human Development Report published by UNDP every year. That can be another objective question. It is on yearly basis, not 5 year, not 6 month, and it measures and ranks the country based on the social and economic development as per the index we are talking about, and launched in 1990 by Pakistani economist Mehboob ul Haq. As I said earlier, Indian Nobel laureate Amrit Sen also has contribution into this. So depending on the option, so suppose the option is only Mehboob ul Haq, you will choose that. If there are both names, then you have to choose that. Okay. So this is Professor Amrit Sen. It was created to emphasize that people and their capabilities should be the ultimate criteria for assessing the development of a country, not economic growth alone. So, Tanvi, from all the topics, descriptive question can be asked. You tell me the topic, I will make a descriptive question, right? Nothing difficult. But you will have choices there. So, you will have to choose from there, study step by step. So, descriptive is actually easier, I am telling you. If you are knowledgeable, if you can present yourself well, descriptive helps in scoring. So these three dimensions, and these three dimensions we discussed, no? What are three dimensions? Long and healthy life, knowledge, and decent standard of living. Human Development Index is based on these three dimensions. Remember this: long and healthy life, knowledge, and standard of living. Then these dimensions, how these are measured? For that there are indicators. For measuring long and healthy life, how you will measure? Life expectancy at birth. So in a country, when a baby is getting birth, so how many years the baby is expected to live? 70 years, 60 years, 80 years. That is telling about the long and healthy life. And about knowledge, how do we measure the knowledge? In knowledge, there are two indicators. Expected years of schooling, means when somebody is a child, okay, I'll come to that, how many years somebody is going to attend school, and how many years of schooling is actually attained when somebody is 25 years old. So both are combined in the education index. And for standard of living, a very simple criteria is GNI per capita. GNI per capita, and you have to do it in the PPP terms. PPP is, you tell, PPP is, by that time I am telling you about. So this I have taken from our notes. This is UNDP. When you are reading the note, you have to know what is UNDP. UNDP is publishing this. So UNDP is the United Nations body, and it works in about 170 countries, headquartered in New York, founded in 22nd November. Oh, I am very happy to know this date, 1965. Okay, and this report is published annually. Who is the head? Also, you have to remember. Other than the HDI, Human Development Index, there are other indices also in the Human Development Report. So I am not covering the complete note. So I have taken pieces from the note we have given in the course, because I also want to focus more on how to write the descriptive answer rather than teaching you everything in one session. So apart from HDI, the report has GDI, yes, PPP, purchasing power parity. It has GDI, which is Gender Development Index, that measures disparities on HDI by gender. Because if you see, so I have not covered in today's session, but in the notes it is written what are the limitations of HDI. It is not that HDI is perfect. देखो कोई भी मेजर कोई भी टूल परफेक्ट नहीं हो सकता है. Always there will be some limitations. So like in HDI, when we are measuring life expectancy or knowledge or standard of living, we have never talked about gender. Is it same for the men folks and women folks? For that you have a gender development index. Then there is gender inequality index that presents composite measures of gender inequality using 3 dimensions. What are these 3 dimensions? Reproductive health, empowerment and labor market. So you know on this there is very much inequality among the men and women. Reproductive health, empowerment, in many countries even the legal rights of the women are different, and labor market, the participation in the labor market. Even in most of the developed countries also, the wages are not really same. So officially it is same, but we know in government sector it is same, but in private sector all reports says that the women are paid slightly lesser. So it varies from place to place, company to company. Multi-dimensional poverty index, that captures the multiple deprivations that people in developing countries face in their health, education and standard of living. Inequality adjusted human development index, that indicate percentage loss in HDI due to inequality. So when you are studying HDI, you have to also know about the other indices which are mentioned in the human development report, and just their name and what is the index doing, that you shall know, not the complete calculation which is also mentioned there. You have to, for HDI I would suggest you to understand the basic calculation. For other, just understand what are these indexes. So my voice is low, Abhijit, but I was thinking that I am shouting. What to do? Yes, Vivek, you are right, because no index is perfect, right? So Tanvi, it is not to be different. So I am reading today, right now, I am taking you through human development and human development index. After that, I am putting questions, both objective questions and descriptive questions. So you will realize that what we are studying is useful for both kind of question. So human development report now 2020. So for this there is a separate note in the course. It was released on 15th December. The title of the report was The Next Frontier, Human Development and the Anthropocene. Oh, wow, a new word to learn. The report covered 189 countries. India ranked 131. You must remember that. Another objective question. What is India's rank as per the Human Development Index 2020 and out of 189 country? Another question can be, what happened to the India rank in terms of last year progress? So from last year, India has slipped by 2 ranks. Last year, India was in a better position, 129. So maybe because India has not done well, or maybe other countries had done slightly better. So they took over India's position. So India is now 131 position. Human Development Report 2020 is significant because it focuses on development by countries with respect to their reliance on natural resource. So here another element has been added here on natural resource and introduced experimental global index PHDI. So this is another thing which has been introduced in this year Human Development Index. What is PHDI? So PHDI is HDI value adjusted by the level of two elements here, carbon dioxide emissions and material footprint per capita, to account for excessive human pressure on the planet. Here you see PHDI value is also written, so value you may not remember, but the understanding of PHDI is that it has related to how much pressure your population, so in case of say India, our population is putting on the natural resources by emitting carbon and by material footprint. So how much material we are generating here, that is taken into consideration. This diagram we have taken from the Human Development Report only. CO2 emissions per capita and material footprint. Arithmetic mean of both is adjusted, and in Human Development Index this is adjusted for planetary pressure, and PHDI is calculated. So how much planetary pressure is created by the population? Your population means the country's population. Higher the planetary pressure, your value will come to nearer to 0. Lower the planetary pressure, the value will be nearer to 1. Understood? So this is a new thing in this year's report. This calculation, I am not asking to remember the formula, but you have to understand the concept. So this planetary pressure Human Development Index, so this A, same thing, A, the value of A is about the carbon dioxide emissions and material footprint, the mean of it. Same thing we saw here in the diagram, no? The arithmetic mean. So 2 value you take and divide it by 2, so it becomes the arithmetic mean. This is how it is calculated. If a country has no pressure on the planet, a country puts no pressure on the planet, means no excessive pressure because of the carbon dioxide emissions and due to the material footprint, your PHDI will be equal to HDI. But if PHDI falls below the HDI, the pressure rises. I think simple one to understand, and that can be an exam question this year because it's a new thing. Okay. PHDI shows change in the global development landscape if both well-being of the people and planet were central to the defining humanity's progress. You can download this PDF. So now our study is over. We have studied about human development index and PHDI concept this year, HDI 2020. We have studied that. Now let's face the question. So you can download the PDF if you want that. First, MCQs. You have to answer these questions because we have just studied this. By the time I am reading your comments, Sonali, we are trying for DEPR. We are trying. We'll get back maybe in 2-3 days. So, Mayank, the descriptive question will not be like that. Why India slipped two positions? These kind of very minute details are not asked in descriptive question. No. So I am coming to what kind of, so descriptive questions are very broad, right? Notes will be, of course, note will be updated a bit. Note, yeah, but these notes are enough for writing the exams questions. So that is what I am telling you. So all these actually in today's session, I have not taken even 30% of the notes we have given for human development. And based on this, it is more than enough to write the descriptive answer which I am presenting you after doing this objective question, because my point here is by reading the same stuff you have to be ready for both objective question and descriptive question. You cannot prepare separately for objective, separately for descriptive, but you have to practice for both. Okay, I am coming to that. First one, most of you said it is C, D, C, D. I will come to the answer in one go. So, second question here is, which of the following is not correct about HDI? Not correct about HDI. So, when you are writing your answer, please also write question 2 dash, question 1 dash. And I am not reading the entire question because I want to read your comment. Yeah, second words may I will come to words 200 300 words that is written in the question. Against the question, it is clearly mentioned in the exam, and I am a fan of that actually. Because of that thing, I think RBI really helped by keeping the word limit. Otherwise, especially at my time, it was not the computer keyboard. I had to write in the on the paper with the pen. My handwriting is very bad, and my writing speed is very poor. So I was like fortunate that there was strict word limits, and that made the job very easy, very easy actually. Third question, which presents the composite measure of the gender inequality using the 3 dimensions? We just discussed this. When I was telling you the other indices, we discussed this. Okay. And fourth question, this I have not discussed, but I thought let me come with some surprises, and this is not actually maybe a great surprise, but what preparation you are doing, which country is ranked first as per HDR? Easy one actually, but still today I have not covered, it is in the notes very much. And fifth question, which country is not among the top 5 countries as per the HDR report? So all 5 questions done, all objective. Now coming to the answers. Here it was not mentioned. You can go to the notes again, or you have downloaded, that is good. And here third one is not correct. It was not GDP per capita, it was GNI per capita. So you have to read carefully. I have made this kind of option, and it can happen in the exam also, especially in the 2-mark question. No, in RBI exam there will be some 1-mark questions, some 2-mark question. In 2-mark question there will be like 2-3 statement. That makes it more difficult. From there you have to choose. And this one is, yes, gender inequality index. You are right, most of you are right here, and I think most of you may be wrong here, because the answer made it tough. And I thought it's not difficult to answer, because Norway has been actually ranking number 1 for so many years. For so many years, Norway has been on number 1 on Human Development Index. That's why. So the quality of life in Norway, no, people talk about it's different. In fact, the way they have been approaching COVID virus, we all must be reading that, no, very different way they have been approaching. Last one, this option was making it very easy. So I wanted to tell you, always you have to use your mind reading the options. Even if you have not read about this year report or few years report, but I think by your common understanding of the thing, you can make it out that Pakistan is not going to be in the top 5 countries for Human Development Index, right? So we can understand that. Yeah, Vivek, I know this kind of mistake can happen. So now coming to the descriptive question. So that's why in exam sometime this happens, Vivek. So this is the descriptive question based on today what we studied. what is the significance of Human Development Index, briefly discuss its dimensions and the indicators to measure these. Normally, you will find in RBI Grade B exam, every question will be divided into 2 or 3 parts. Very carefully read that. So it has 2 parts. What is the significance of Human Development Index first, then briefly discuss its dimension. So make it 300 words, because first I thought of 250, then but later I changed it to 300 words. So this is 300 words you have to write here. Briefly discuss its dimensions and the indicators to measure. So remember, I was telling about 3 dimensions and then the indicators. For the middle one, knowledge, there are 2 indicators, right? So you have to remember that. And 300 words are not much. So I have already written the answer. For the benefit of time, let me come to what kind of answer I will write. So your answer maybe has to be slightly different from my answer, but this is the answer I am going to write. So first thing, I am going to write about what is Human Development Index, what is its significance. Because GDP is not enough to measure all well-being of people. That's why the HDI was introduced by economist Mehboob ul Haq, and is based on the human development approach, framed in terms of whether people are able to be and do desirable things in life. So they are able to be whatever they want to be, and they are able to do whatever they want to do in their life. So I started with comparing this with GDP. GDP is not enough measure. That is what I said. Then I wrote about Mehboob ul Haq. So I am trying to showcase my knowledge that how it started. Because we have to, whatever we are writing, we have to make it impressive, no? Maybe you can do a better start than this. Then I brought in UNDP. It is a tool developed by UNDP, introduced in 1990, published by UNDP every year, and present the progress of 180 plus countries. Because when I was writing it, I was not sure every year it is 189 or 185. So I wrote, so more than 180 countries are there. So it compares the development in these. This intro para has gone to now 112 words. So see, you have to write 300 words. 300 words are really not too much to write. As I was telling in the story today, no, professor said if I have to speak for a minute, then come next week. हिंदी में बोलते ना गागर में सागर भरना, वो आर्ट चाहिए. And it takes time. Actually, you know, I know, everyone knows so much about this. आपको लगेगा यार 300 वर्ड में मैं क्या लिखूं और क्या ना लिखूं. So what not to write is also very important, because we have to be very selective. So for then first para, I have to again go to the question. What more is there in the question? So first para, significance of Human Development Index, I wrote. Then briefly discuss its dimensions and indicators. Okay, to measure that. So now I know 3 dimensions and then indicators. So that is quite on a expected line. SDI is based on 3 dimensions. Okay, and what are these? Long and healthy life. The indicator to measure this is life expectancy at birth, which is average time one is expected to live. And I have also written in years. If I don't know, I may miss it. It's okay. Knowledge is measured by education index, that consists of 2 things: expected years of schooling for children of school entering age, and mean year of schooling for adult age 25 years. If you remember this much of detail, you write. If you don't remember, then also it is fine, because ultimately you have to write the 3 dimensions. Third one is decent standard of living, which is measured by GNI per capita in dollar terms by using PPP. Now I have added additional information here. GNI index uses the logarithm of income to reflect the diminishing importance of income with increasing GNI. So this line, if you remember, that is fine. If you don't, that is also fine. You may add something else here or there. But these three things, the three dimensions, you have to cover well. So now this has become another 11 and 111 words. I have to write only 300 words. Okay. So I thought now how to conclude the answer. So let me summarize. So I have written one paragraph of summary where I also told about planetary pressure adjusted human development index which has come this year, and also told that based on PPP, though India is third largest economy in the world, but we are ranking poor, 131 in HDI. This reflects the need to shift the focus of the development from national income accounting to people-centric policies, as has been the aim of HDI. So my starting and my ending of the answer is, starting is introducing HDI, ending is closing with India's position. So nowhere it was mentioned in the question to comment about India's position, but I thought this way I can highlight the significance of Human Development Index because it has some data, but with the data I am presenting my argument that though we are quite high in overall GDP, but we are lacking in human development, and that gives us a policy direction. It is now becoming, so another 73 words here, 296 words, 300 is the limit. My advice to you, don't exceed even by a word for any answer, because if you start exceeding, then sometime you will go to 305, 307, 310 words. If you make it a rule, I will not cross 300, I will make 300 means 300, it will be always safer, best way to do it. So this is the answer I wrote for this. Your answer may be different, maybe better than this, because see, I am not really appearing in the exam, so I created this a sample answer, but may not be the best sample answer. If some of you can really create better answer than this, I will be more than happy to see that. Now summarizing the point, tips for writing the descriptive answers. Select the most appropriate questions. You will have choices. There will be a list of questions given. Sometime it was given in part also, part A, part B, from both part you do that, but I don't know whether it is coming that way, but you will definitely have choices. Select most appropriate for you, the topic you know best, and then develop a framework for your answers, that I am going to give this kind of start, this kind of detailing in between, and that kind of conclusion. A broad framework. You don't have much time in the exam because writing also takes time. So don't write a rough answer then final answer, rather start writing. Start writing and revise. During writing you will get more ideas, I am telling you. Just develop a broad framework in 1 minute, 2 minute max, and then start writing, revise it. You will also find mistakes when you are revising, but your aim shall be right to impress. The reader, evaluator shall be interested in reading your answers, right? But don't overdo the impression thing by writing unnecessary data, unnecessary vocabulary also I am telling you, especially vocab. With many people that's a problem, they use unnecessary vocab at wrong places. Rather write simple English. Factual information is useful, some quotes, some data, or statistics, or maybe whatever you feel that is appropriate, comparisons which is easy to go into the mind and which makes your answer impressive. Have a strong beginning and a strong conclusion when you are ending the answer. The last few lines also shall be concluding, it shall not be like abrupt end. So this is the tip which I thought I will share with you, and this is the way you can study. You can study simultaneously. You are preparing for objective questions and for descriptive questions. For your general awareness thing, you can download the Beepedia, which is available on the website, and this PDF is also available. Now I am reading your questions so that I can answer that. Last year you will not be eligible, Yash, this year. So for general awareness, November onwards, Tanvi will be good enough. For ESI also, yes. For ESI, you shall also go to the old schemes, especially important data, government schemes for last 1 year, important one. Yeah, Mayank, these looks like your graduation paper, but in graduation paper maybe you are filling the seats. Here you have to be less in words, so you have to write powerful words. Okay. So yes, don't worry. I am also a science background student before I joined RBI. So that now I don't consider myself really a science background, but yeah, my education is agriculture sciences. So Bala, new syllabus is not see, only 2-3 minute changes are there in the syllabus. So don't worry about changes in the syllabus, but more important is the way you are reading, so that you are covering both objective and descriptive question as we discussed here. We are going to upload that changes in the syllabus also. Word counting feature will be available or not, I don't know, Evelyn. Even if it is not, then we can count it manually also, because when I was writing in pen and paper, I used to count manually. It can be done. Yes, I think software will show. Amol has written. Acha, Amol was asking, but most probably software will tell that. Oh, Vishal is asking why I left RBI. I have a long story here. Read me on Quora. After that, I went for MBA, and then for private jobs. Right? ixamBee is ixamBee and RBI. I have 6 year gap. I was a senior VP in Yes Bank before came to ixamBee. Okay, can we write pointers to? Yeah, Vivek, write that pointers wherever you feel, so that will be helpful. Dr. Sharma, I was about to say, he will tell you better tips for writing in a more impressive way, because he is a communication expert, even taking classes for IM student on communication. So I was about to say that he is our expert on that, so he will be very helpful. Word count is available, Prince has confirmed. Okay. Beepedia enough for phase 2? No, Srivastava. For phase 2, Beepedia is only giving you the general awareness, but you have to do more, because in phase 2 you have lot of syllabus to cover. Yeah, Akshita, all words are counted. Of the everything is counted here. So Nirmal, in ESI you have to cover everything what we have given in the syllabus. So the word limit, Prakash, is given in the question. In question they will write how many words you have to do that. Okay. So let's stop it here, and happy to see your participation in the session. The Republic Day offer is still continuing. You can take advantage of it, and for download you can go to the link given in the chat, and it will be also available in the description. Thank you. Enjoy the preparation. Good luck.